Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am Mattyocre, and today we are starting a new series here on the channel, and I'm calling it Matty's Deck of the Week. So, this is probably going to be a pretty good mix of decks that I've built, decks that I've found on Warcry, decks that people have sent to me on my Discord, uh, just kind of whatever deck that I've been enjoying the most for the week at hand. I don't think that it's going to be every single week necessarily, but whatever week that it comes out, that will be the deck that I have found is my favorite of the week. And we might mix in some old favorites and things like that, but we are going to be, yeah, just exploring Eternal and playing whatever my favorite deck of the week is. So this week, taking a bit of a break from the many garden decks that I've built. As you can see, I very much like the new site. Uh, 6 of my most recent 7 decks are all garden decks. But today we're taking a bit of a twist away from garden. We're going to play some Argenport Twist. So this deck is primarily built around the bomb that is Frontier Surveyor, which is a little bit unassuming by itself. A 3/3 flyer for 5. The stats aren't amazing, but the summon ability giving your units with twist +1/+1, and they can twist for free, it makes it pretty strong when you've got some twisters on board. And those twisters that we're basing around are Platemaker, Siraf, and Street Urchin. Street Urchin is kind of just a value engine and a good one drop. Pilfering can be very strong. I think this card is better in decks that run the I can't remember the name. The Revenge guy that brings back or brings up a one drop from your deck. I think it's Crown Watch something. Anyway, I feel like this card is better in a deck like that where you can just tutor up for this. Still a very good card though. Playing it on 1 feels great. Dealing 1 damage when opponent plays a spell is really good. So just a great value card, and twisting for free to get a card from your opponent is never a bad thing when you've got Frontier Surveyor. Siraf is also a very strong one. Normally pretty expensive twist to pay 5, but you get a random unit with her attack and it has double damage. So if you have it out as a 0/5 and then you play this, it goes up to a 1/6, you twist it, you get a 2 power with double damage. It's pretty solid by itself. And if it's already been twisted, it's even better. So definitely a very good one to be twisting with Frontier Surveyor. And then we also have Platemaker, which in combination with Siraf is kind of insane, because if you play Surveyor with a Siraf and a Platemaker on the board, you can do the free twist from Platemaker, put the weapon on the Siraf, and then it's a 3 attack, twist up to 4. So something with 4 attack and double damage is pretty legit, and sometimes you can get something insane. So it's a pretty good combination when you have both on board. It doesn't happen that often, but I have had it happen several times, and it's been pretty amazing. The other part of this deck that really kind of makes it explosive is Yisha. And to some extent, which this is kind of just Yisha number 5, but or I guess technically since we can get it with 4 different cards, it is like 5 through 8. But this card has been very strong. Just a 5/5 for 4 is sweet, but giving these things the highest attack, I guess it's mostly for Siraf and Platemaker. You have a Yisha down, you play a Platemaker. Platemaker becomes a 5/5 double damage, or you play Siraf, it's a 5/5 that when you twist it, you get a 6 power double damage the first time. Very, very strong. If you can curve Yisha into Siraf, into Surveyor, it can be massive, and it just gets insane if you have both these on board, because you can do the Platemaker trick as well. One time I combined them all and got, on my very first twist of Siraf, a Great Kiln Titan with double damage, so it can get pretty insane. That's kind of magical Christmas land, but it can happen. So filling out the rest of the curve, we've got Icaria. It's just a good value card. Getting to ramp into these things is pretty good. We have a relatively high curve with all these 4 drops, so it's nice to have the ability to kind of jump from 3 to 4 and be right there without having to draw the power to get there. We've also got the Hidden Road Smuggler, of course. Market is Gavel for graveyard stuff. Shard is a backup Yisha. Regent's Tomb is just a really good control card, or just good card in general. Obviously, it's able to get things out of the opponent's hand. If you get to Elias, it's insane. Very good card and kind of just a good toolbox. Harsh Rule in case someone's trying to aggro us out or really big units are flooding the board, like Praxis. And then Diesel's Office just as kind of a way to get back into the game if it goes late and we're way behind. So that's the market. And then we've got Valkyrie Enforcer, just kind of rounding out the flying. It's really good with Icaria, so having another Valkyrie to be able to pump it up with Icaria's ability is nice. And Silence, I think, is really, really good. And then we've got Vara. I mean, I don't know if much needs to be said about Vara. Very strong card, popping Aegis. Can be a 5/5 deadly and lifesteal for 4, which is very strong. So just a very good card, and sometimes doubles as removal. Doesn't always remove the thing you want, but can definitely do so. For spells, we've got Dark Return. All of our things die relatively often. There's a lot of removal in the format. All these things are pretty scary, so things are going to die. Bringing them back is very nice, and it works really well with the twist stuff, giving them an extra twist, and for Siraf, giving it an extra attack as well. Kind of double duty there. Very nice. And I mean, it's just a good card. Defiance for interaction, early game. We have a little bit of a struggle in the early game if we don't draw our good early units. And then a couple of Seek Powers, because I've had some trouble with getting stuck on 3 or sometimes 2 even, which that happens to every deck, but Seek Power helps. So that's why we have the 2 of those. And then a couple Desecrate just as targeted removal. It's very solid. The life loss is relevant for sure, and we don't have a lot of ways to get it back, but that's kind of why Diesel's Office is in the market. And then, your standard power base, all of the Argenport things, and a bunch of sigils, and that is Argenport Twist. So we are going to run this through ladder, probably play a few games, and see how it goes. All right, game 1. This hand's actually pretty solid. We have double Siraf, we've got 3 power, so we can play everything in hand, because this will get us our double justice that we need. This seems fine. We need to draw some more power so we can start twisting. Finding a Frontier Surveyor would be nice. And yeah, just more action would be good. We just need all the things, no big deal.
Time quickens.
Okay, Shadow maybe isn't amazing here.
Would you like to play a game?
Ramp on turn 1's a little scary from our opponent. We do have a Desecrate, so we have a way to deal with the first big thing. Looks like it's Praxis. We could go to the market. I think we get Shard here. And just dump the Shadow Sigil. If we draw Frontier Surveyor, we're going to be sad that we're stuck on 4 now, but I think getting the Shard's worth it, because now we can get a 5/5 Siraf. A lot of times I'll wait until after I can play Yisha or Shard to play Siraf. I figured it was good to have this down just to start blocking and all that fun stuff. Sandstorm Titan will die to Desecrate. Power's not horrible. We could twist, but then we can't actually kill Sandstorm Titan, so we want to do that. And then we'll just make a 5/5 for 2. No big deal. So if this lives, we're going to be in great shape. They have a... I was going to say they have a torch, but that pause was just for blocking. Okay, we'll just block here. Sure. I mean, I think they assumed we were going to block with the 5/5. We are not going to fall for that. Well, let's see what we get. Spin the wheel. Just a casual Vara Fate Touch. No big deal. That's going to go bottom. And they don't have any good blocks, so let's get in. I guess they can block here, but we still gain 2. No blocks is fine.
Which would you like?
Disciple getting a deadly? Yep. Well, we can silence that deadly, thankfully. Give it a scout. Could hold it for a merchant, but... Oh, there you go. Game over. I like it. Alright, game 2. Game 1 went exactly according to plan, so let's hope that that continues. You know, if this had one more justice source in it, I'd be pretty much down for it because of the double Icaria. As it stands, 1 power is not going to do it. Ugh. This hand is not good. Double Dark Return and a Frontier Surveyor. We need a lot of help from the deck. Hopefully the scout helps. But we need something. We need a Twister. Okay, that'll work. It's not exactly what we hoped for, but it's something to play. So we're going to go ahead and keep it. Potentially can ramp with it next turn. Meaning we could play this on turn 4, but it's not great on turn 4 when you have no Twisters. Oh boy. That's a shiny Icaria. Nice. Siraf is 100% what we wanted to draw here.
Face judgment.
So, Siraf is going to be a nice play next turn. We can hopefully Frontier Surveyor on top of it the following turn. Drawing another Siraf would be just great. But it was certainly the draw we wanted. I mean, just anything with twist. Another Icaria. I don't think we need another Icaria on the board, but
Would you like to play a game?
it never hurts. It's unfortunate it wasn't in hand when we did the ability, but not the end of the world. They may have Harsh Roll in this deck. It looks like it's just kind of old school FJS. Desecrate. They got something that echoed. It's probably a Zhou, right? I still think it's Surveyor. We unleash the Shadow's power. See what we get here. Okay. Not the preferred target, I think, but we'll take it. I have a feeling Harsh Rule's in our future. Honestly, if that's the case, it's not the end of the world, because we do have double Dark Return here. We could get both these things back and just do it again. Smuggler, huh? I think we twist. Might as well. We might hit something with charge. Ooh. Another Twister. Alright. We'll get in here, here. Honestly, if they want to... No, because they could 1 for 1. I was going to say if they want a 2 for 1, but that wouldn't be the case. I can just chump it, so... Or trade with it, with one of them, so we don't really want that. That trade is fine. They may have gotten a plate out of the market. A Deep Forge plate, that is. I don't know for sure. Could also be a Harsh Roll. Looks like it's almost definitely a Harsh Roll. I think we block here. It's not really going to matter. Because here comes Harsh Roll. Was not from the market. Okay. That's fine, though. Scout. Let's go to bottom. Dark Return on Siraf. And Dark Return on Surveyor. Because then we can play both next turn and get a free twist. I think we can swap out the Desecrate. Thing we get is Diesel's Office. We certainly have to hope that they don't have yet another Harsh Roll, and it seems very likely they do. Yep. Vara will cause us to sacrifice this. Not the end of the world. Defiance is fine, but I think we're going to do our sweet, sweet combo here. See what we get. Okay, that one's really good. So they need another Harsh Roll now or they're dead. Which I'm sure they have, because they always do. Could just be spot removal, I guess. If they don't have it, I think we have the game. 12 and 4 is 16 in the air. Okay, sure. Slay. Figured as much. Another Siraf. Kind of disappointing. After having already done all the twisty things. That tells me they don't have another harsh rule though, so they're going to have to rip it to be able to get rid of these things. We could twist again. It seems like that's the best idea. I was thinking maybe Dizos to crash in, but oh man, that's big. They could have Torch. I want to save Siraf. Don't want Siraf to die to a Torch here. Defiance is fine. It would have died to the Defiance, so seems like a good call. As soon as I played that, I realized maybe we should have played around Harsh Rule. And they definitely have Harsh Rule. Son of a biscuit. That is annoying. They ripped it. Oh, end of the story. Oh, okay, it was from the market. Okay. So they did have that. They just got me to play into it like an idiot. Alright. Well, at least we have Dizos to kind of refuel here. Dark Return seems really good for Siraf. We could grab Platemaker, but I think I like Dark Return better. So we can just play into a Siraf after Dark Returning already. We have the amount of power we need for that. Dumping a Torch is interesting. I guess we... Ooh, no, we don't want to threaten. I mean, so the only thing I'm thinking is Siraf getting the threaten is really good, but I think if they play a unit, we want to have the cut ties. So we'll get back Siraf. We're going to make something absolutely massive.
Would you like to play a game? I only play to win.
And it's a great Kill Titan. Amazing. And a Yisha. A little late to the party, but that's alright. Always with the harsh rules. Well, another Dark Return would be just lovely, but we don't have that, of course. We've already played 3, so the chances of drawing the 4th one are pretty low. Very unfortunate, that second harsh rule. Just drawing 1 Vara with that? I think that's there. Oh no, I guess they have the merchants too. And Icaria. Alright.
Finest weapons in Myria.
So 2 harsh rules and the end of the story from the market down. Very unfortunate. Also unfortunate we don't get the scheme from this. I think that's every single quarry now. Yep. Sure. Alright, well, now it's my turn.
Now it's my turn.
Maybe sacking the 2-1? Yep. That's fine. We have Defiance to stun this. As do they, apparently.
Pay for your crimes.
There's Icaria.
Rise up or be cut down.
They're going after the site? They are. I mean, we can't do anything about that. I'm just gonna have to stun this just to prevent them from gaining the life. We need a Desecrate. Frontier Surveyor does literal nothing here. It's frustrating. Yeah, we'll pass. Every time I play against this deck, or any deck running Icaria, it always hits another Icaria when they swing in with the first one. It's kind of insane. Yeah, we're dead. Well, that was fun. I mean, we got to see the power of all the twisting from Siraf. Unfortunately, the harsh rules and the end of the story blanked that, and then they had the finishing power to back it up. A good game, but unfortunate we did not get there. Duval Diddy. Diddy dum diddy do. No. Yes. This hand is quite good, actually. Unfortunate these are depleted. So, probably just play I was gonna say play Icaria, but maybe we just play Siraf. But now that we have the Merchant in hand, I don't think I like that line as much. Because we want to get the Shard and then play Siraf. So unfortunately, I think we probably just ban her here. Can't do anything otherwise if we're not going to play Siraf, and I think it's worth waiting. Can't twist her for a while anyway. Sabotage takes a dark return. That's unfortunate. I suppose it's better that it happened now than after we got the Shard.
Only the best for you.
I think since we can ramp with these two, it's okay to get rid of the Crest. We'll grab Shard here. Sabotage. Well, that's really frustrating. Thought we were free and clear. We were not.
Reason will are unbreakable. Would you like to play a game?
So we can ramp and then play this, maybe? Guess we have to draw power to make that happen. Banishing Siraf, that's fine. So this is like... Oh, I'm an idiot.
Will are unbreakable.
I did not sequence that correctly. This could be a 2-2, but I messed up. Distracted by playing against Xenon Control, I guess? Okay, sure. Well, that's a good draw. And we still get to do this.
Face judgment.
We need one more Justice, and then we're really cooking in the air. And they're only going to have spot removal, theoretically. They could have Malediction, which would be awful for us. It's going to take 5. Okay, Crest is a Justice Source. Very nice. Another Icaria. I mean, why not? And A-Space seems pretty great here. They might have another Banish. Ah, they have Ion. Okay. Well, they gain some life and they kill our thing. Good for them. Still feel like we're in a pretty commanding position, considering we have lethal in the air. Yes, we'll take the damage. I guess it's not lethal anymore. But they're pretty far from lethal as well. We already did all of the things. Alright. A-Space it is. And they're going to need a great many pieces of interaction here. I guess we could have ramped with that. It doesn't seem relevant. We get there? It's pretty likely we did. We could even block one. The Sandstorm Titan. Yeah, we got there. This hand is actually pretty solid. Especially because we can seek. We're going to play Urchin on one for sure. And we got our Platemaker and a Surveyor. So hopefully we will be able to curve out. And it would be very nice to find a Yisha.
There's always a way if you know the path.
Okay. Could just be Stone Scar. There's definitely some Stone Scar builds running this guy. Could just be the Uldra deck. I mean, that is also Stone Scar, but not sure if this is trying to get things back with Uldra or just being aggressive. Still unknown. I don't think it really matters what we grab here. I guess we probably should just be grabbing Justice, considering we have Baby Icaria. Yeah, and we only need double Shadow. Could be Torch. Yep. They always have it. Not the end of the world. I was gonna say not a big deal, and then I combined not a big deal and not the end of the world. It didn't pan out. Not sure what that grabs. Ooh, okay. Vara is good. So we could kill this and then we could Defiance this. I don't think that's worthwhile for us. Defiance we're definitely gonna do. Not sure on which. Maybe on this, because Vara could clean this up.
You will pay for your crimes.
Taking 2 is fine. Do we see the card from the market? Stronghold Vandal. Okay, so this is just an aggressive... Well, no. Okay, it's got to be Uldra. They might have gotten Uldra with a Merchant. Yeah, it's got to be Uldra. I don't know what deck would be running this unless they're trying to get stuff back that has Shift. And that tells me that it's Uldra. Let's see. We play Vara. They're going to sacrifice this most likely. I think we set up the Platemaker. Only swinging there. So they have a torch. Maybe not? Was that just a bluff? Could have just been a bluff, and if so, they got me. Surveyor becoming big enough to block the Vishni is very, very good. And we're going to wait until we can kill this to actually swing it with Platemaker. Not a good time to be swinging it with Platemaker here. They could still have a torch. They may have just disguised it well. Only with the 2-1 is completely fine. I think we block there and take the rest. Okay, so they are just bluffing. There was no pause there. Still no shift. Dark Return, okay. So, let's scout. Another Desecrate's actually pretty good. Let's put that on top. Desecrate this. We can't twist, unfortunately. Can we get in with both still? They're down to 11. They're going to have to hold this up. Yep. Take 3. Another Vishni. So they're stuck on power, which is unfortunate for them. I don't mind, but it's unfortunate for them.
Now it's my turn.
Yep. Anticipated that sacrifice. We twist. Actually, cancel. Let's kill this so that we have swings. And then they are forced to block, otherwise they're dead. Seems like putting them under the gun is better than twisting onto this. That's it. Hey, got him. That was unfortunate that they didn't quite get to the amount of power they needed, but I will take the win all the same. Alright, the final showdown against Mr. X. It's not the most ideal hand, but honestly, it's keepable. You know, we play 1, play 2. Turn 3, we can start twisting, taking stuff. I like it. Would love to find some more action over power.
Blink and you miss it.
Alright, Devotee shifted. Makes sense. Play another one. And get in. I have no idea what this deck is. Oh, it's even. Okay. Nice. Sure. Alright, well I guess we do need to desecrate that thing then. Instead of pilfering here. No, maybe not. Let's pilfer. They'll be able to swing for 3, but I think taking a thing is fine here, and then we can get in. The next turn, we can play Platemaker. We have a couple of makers in hand. Platemaker and Trailmaker. Okay, now Desecrate's really good. So I think we'll just play Trailmaker and then Desecrate. Dark Return's also solid. Yeah, Trailmaker for Justice. Kill this. Swing 2. We are in a precarious position in terms of life total at the moment, but their side of the board is not scary anymore. That was a pretty big golem.
This'll do the trick.
A spicy build to say the least. I don't think I've seen any tricolor even decks. Not to say that they're not out there, I've never seen one. So if they really want to 2-for-1 themselves here, couldn't be happier with it. Because it gets rid of all their ramp too. I don't know what they have at the top end, but... Oh, okay. Well, never mind. That's a good trick to have. It's actually fine though. Next turn we can play Icaria, use her ability, and put a weapon on her. Not to mention we have Dark Return, so we have a way to get these Urchins back if we feel the need, or if Platemaker dies.
Blink and you'll miss it.
That is a lot of ramp, sir. Okay. Well, that was a good draw, because it's pumping a Valkyrie when we do this.
Face judgment.
So they could block that if we swing, but then we have Dark Return, so I think it's fine. Ah, Conflagrate, sure. Also fine. Again, we have Dark Return, we can get it right back. Okay. Wasteland Titan's a good one. I think we will block that. Do not want them getting all that power. Enforcer number 2. Not amazing here. We're just going to silence this just to prevent them from gaining life when they hit us. And let's see, what else? Could Dark Return an Urchin? Doesn't really seem useful. We do want to Dark Return the Platemaker, but we're going to Enforcer and I guess silence this. And we'll Dark Return for Platemaker, get in for 6. We have 13 on board, so playing and twisting this gives us 15 in the air. And we win! Alright! You know, I feel like this was a pretty good showcase of Argenport Twist. We ended up 4-1, and it took 3 sweepers to kill us in the other game, so hey, I feel pretty good. I really like this deck. I think it's pretty strong. I think there's certainly matchups like the one you saw that we lost where sweepers can really hurt it, but beyond that, it's a pretty strong deck. Obviously, I think targeted removal can also be tough if there's a lot of it. Like, I think Genev decks that are just running all of the interaction spot removal wise can be kind of tough. The deck can go wide, but we have so many 4-drops and the 5-drop as well that it can get a little bit heavy where we're only just playing one unit a turn because we're pretty high cost. But yeah, I mean, you saw once it gets rolling, it really gets rolling and can do some really fun and powerful stuff. We did get a double damage Great Kiln Titan, even though we didn't get to do anything with it, we still got one. So I think this was a win overall. 4-1, great record. And the one loss was to, again, triple sweeper, so what are you going to do? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, smash that like button, hit subscribe to see more in the future, and I will see you guys in the next one.